I'm Ugar Nabiev. Welcome to my channel. Dear YouTube viewers, today I'll be talking to you about the beauty of English and the different variants of this language. As an international means of communication, English is widely used throughout the world. For this reason, it has a number of variants. The most common of these are the British and North American English versions. For some reason, I prefer North American English, and I chose it for myself. Now I want to tell you about the history of this choice. I remember when I was a child, a scientist in the field of biology, who was a friend of my father, would visit us with his family. I often saw him looking for foreign channels on the radio and finding and listening to English programs. I asked him if he understood this language. He said, "No, I don't understand it." It was very strange to me, and I asked him why he was listening. He replied, "You listen to it too. See how it is chirping like a nightingale." I don't understand anything in English, but I just like listening to English conversations, as if I was listening to music. This conversation made a deep impression on me, and I still remember it as a wonderful childhood memory. After that, even though I didn't understand this language, I loved it. Where I saw English writing, I watched it carefully, and I tried to listen to English programs even if I didn't understand them. Later, I began to study English on my own and went to English conversation clubs to improve my speaking skills. However, in a conversation club at one of the language centers, I noticed a young man running the center who spoke differently than others. I liked his dialect very much, as if the words had sounded like a melody of music. It became clear to me that this dialect, which I had never encountered before, was American English. After that, I fell in love with this dialect and wished that one day I could speak American English like this young man. Later, I was fortunate enough to be invited to the United States as part of a group of winners of an educational exchange program through Project Harmony and to participate in this program sponsored by the US Department of State. I visited New York City, Vermont, Missouri, and Kansas states. We were invited to various organizations, including high schools, universities, other organizations, as well as the Senate of Vermont and the Permanent Mission of the Republic of Azerbaijan to the United Nations. While there, I felt at home and witnessed the high level of American hospitality and even attended their Easter celebrations. I was awarded the Certificate of Recognition for my active participation and research in the educational exchange program. Later, an elderly woman from Alaska also visited our family in Azerbaijan for the exchange program. After returning from the United States, a new phase in my life began. The young man, who was the head of the language center I mentioned earlier, offered me a job as an English teacher at the language center. At first, I didn't want to agree. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to do it. But at the insistence of that young man, I agreed. Teaching English to students in a practical way greatly improved my own language skills. Later, I also worked as a translator, which further boosted my language skills. Currently, I work as a translator as well as a teacher. I recommend English learners to pronounce words correctly in whatever English version they choose. For example, People who want to speak British English don't often pronounce the verb can't correctly. This should be pronounced as can't in British English. They also mispronounce the past tense form of the verb say and some other words. Paying attention to all of these will improve the pronunciation of language learners. I will be very glad if you are interested in this video. Thank you for your attention. I wish you new success in learning English. I invite you to like and share this video, as well as subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.